Good morning. Welcome back to Student Victim Assistance Virtual Coffee Chats. So my name is Avery Moore, and I'm a graduate assistant for Student Victim Assistance at Georgia State University. So this morning, I just want to share with y'all some information about emotional and physical self-care. So let's go ahead and chat about it. So self-care, as we've talked about before, is really important in college and honestly in the rest of your life. Not only are you juggling school, but you may be working, you're making new social connections, you're growing up, you may be dealing with different issues with your identity or with your family or just in your personal life in general. So identifying acts of self-care is a good way for you to just check in on yourself and make sure that you're paying attention to your mental health and also what your mind or body might need that day. So what does self-care look like? So a really big thing to remember about self-care is that self-care looks different for everyone. And that is perfectly okay. What works for you may not work for another person and vice versa. But one good way to kind of differentiate between self-care activities would be talking about emotional self-care and physical self-care. So emotional self-care is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's taking time to check in on your mental health and just checking in on your emotions. So examples of emotional self-care could be journaling, it could be sitting down with a professional counselor, it could be talking with a parent or friend, or just finding a physical safe space for you to be in that just it feels safe and it's a good place for you to process as well. Physical self-care is kind of more about tuning into what your body needs. So physical self-care, we often think of exercise, but it can also mean getting adequate sleep. It can be eating enough and eating healthy, and just having a consistent morning and night routine to get your day started and ending your days in a healthy way. And so although emotional and physical self-care are kind of two branches from the same tree of self-care, they both kind of tie together. So taking care of your body can make you feel more attentive, focused, and relaxed. And taking care of your mind puts you in a better place to take care of your body. And like we said before, this will look different for everyone. So remember that, maybe for like one of your friends, they may love running as a form of self-care. However, you might hate running, which is very normal. And that's totally fine. And you can find a form of physical self-care that's something that you enjoy and more importantly fits with your lifestyle. And another thing too about self-care, so the conversation around self-care is typically very positive, which is great because we're talking about how to take care of your body and form healthy habits that you can incorporate into your daily life and your lifestyle. However, remember that even though the conversation around self-care is very positive, that doesn't necessarily mean that self-care is easy. And it can be difficult for a number of reasons, especially as a student, or if you're just trying out self-care for the first time. One difficult part about self-care is that it involves a lot of critical self-reflection about whether or not you're taking care of yourself and how well you're doing so. And those conversations with yourself can sometimes be really hard to just initiate and have. And so that's perfectly valid. Also, self-care often involves giving yourself a break, but sometimes self-care means making the harder choice for the sake of your own health. For example, this may be, taking the courage and seeking out professional counseling if that's something that you feel like you need, or maybe it means creating space within your relationships or having stronger boundaries within your personal life for the sake of your own health. So remember that although self-care is difficult, giving yourself breaks to recharge, but also doing something difficult that will make you happier and healthier is worth it for your relationships, your academics, and just for your own well-being. So I hope that this coffee chat helped you learn a little bit more about self-care. If there are any topics related to self-care that you would be interested in learning more about, definitely let us know and comment below. And as always, follow us on Instagram at Beagle Panthers for more information about student health and wellness. And then lastly, if you have questions about trauma, need any type of crisis intervention, or would like to set up an appointment with an advocate, please give us a call. Student Victim Assistance helps with crisis intervention, advocacy, and support for students. We also can assist students to determine their options and provide information related to their experience, even if they have no idea what they intend to do or what they need to do, which is a very normal response to trauma. Students who seek Student Victim Assistance services are not obligated to pursue criminal or university charges. Students who would like more information or would like to schedule an appointment with an advocate can give us a call at 404-413-1965 or visit our virtual walk-in hours at 10 a.m. every other Wednesday. Advocates are also available to help students who have experienced any type of recent or past victimization, whether that occurred on or off campus. Student victim assistance can help students regain a sense of control over their traumatic experience so that they can resume their academic or personal pursuits. Lastly, student victim assistance can help students who know someone who has been victimized or would just like to learn more about student victimization. Anyway, well, that wraps up everything today, but please take good care, and we will see you next Tuesday at 10:30. Bye.